Hello, my pretties. What's up? It's the Lion Queen here. Welcome to episode 329 of Shadows and Pretties. So the last episode I talked about was Daddy Daycare, which was a really funny and awesome movie. Today we are going to do a pretty much a sequel to Daddy Daycare called, well, Daddy Day Camp. So this one does not have, Eddie Murphy, unfortunately, but it does have Cuba Golding Jr., who plays Charlie Hinton in this movie, as Paul Ray as Phil in this movie. So this is a really awesome sequel. I don't get it why a lot of people don't like this sequel, but I personally really thought it was a really great sequel to Daddy Daycare. I thought Daddy Daycare was a really good movie, and since it's summertime, I thought, why not I review Daddy Day Camp. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain what the plot of this movie is about. It came out in 2007. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain what the plot of the movie is about in case if you guys have not seen, this movie in like a really long time, or for those who haven't seen the movie in a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain that. So, of course, this takes place 4 years after starting their own daycare and putting Hardware out of business. Charlie and Phil take their kids, Max and Ben, to Camp Driftwood for the summer, a camp where they attended as kids back in 1977. But once they discover that Driftwood is now completely falling into ruins and is no longer the kind-hearted campsite of all time, to save the rundown site, Charlie and Phil buy a partnership from the younger man who ran it when they were children, and after the older partner and the original counselor run off on vacation, save for the bus driver Dale, after spending 30 years running the camp without a vacation. They run into misadventures along the way when Lance Warner, Charlie's childhood rival, who now runs the luxurious rival camp Canola and has a son named Bobby Jr., although he denies it, is eager to buy Driftwood just so he could tear it down. He challenges Driftwood to an upcoming Camp Olympiad, but Charlie refuses, saying that he wants nothing to do with it, more to do with it, after losing Lance since they were kids. The first day of camp turns out to be a disaster involving a skunk caused by Max and a bathroom explosion when Phil dropped the match in the bathroom while doing his business when the light in the bathroom went out. As a result, most of the parents pull their kid from the camp and request refunds. But Charlie and Phil have already spent their money on repairs, leaving Driftwood with only 7 campers instead of the original 35, and the need of help to improve their financial situation. Intentionally reluctant, Charlie eventually calls his military father, Colonel Buck Hinton, for help, and whip the kids into shape, and they have problems following orders. The next day, Driftwood is raided by Canola, which has only been joined by the 28 campers who left Driftwood, and they steal Driftwood flag. Buck arrives and starts training the campers easily until Canola raids them once again and teases Buck. That's when Buck chooses to get back on Lance and help Driftwood get the flag back, which they do and succeed. Lance then shows up and taunts Charlie over his teaching style when he remembers him from the Oplet land and they've competed against when they were kids, and Charlie responds by accepting the challenge to the Camp Olympiad. So once the kids were training for it, as they train, the kids admired Buck because of his military ways and support. But Charlie disapproves of this as recounts he doesn't want the kids to become like Buck because Charlie believes that Buck has only cared about toughness, and that was Charlie's disappointment to him. Charlie starts to regret his decision to call Buck, and when his son runs off into the woods after Lance, then some of his campmates tease him about his father's overprotectiveness because his grandpa Buck told him that he became tough when he ran off into the woods. They manage to find Ben, but when Charlie complains to Phil about Buck, Buck overhears the conversation and leaves the camp. On the day of the omelet plan, the others find out that Buck has left. Seeing all the kids discouraged, Charlie goes to find Buck and bring them back, resolving his problems with his dad in the process. When they return, the kids reported that they found out that the Camp Canola has cheated in the Olympic land, and this especially is Canola outsmarting them. After outmatching Canola throughout the finals, Driftwood is set to the baton relay. With the mullet hand, doing the climbing lets Ben do the climbing course instead, and as Ben knows how to climb by instinct, but he falls. However, his campmates encourage him to keep going, including even Becca even shows that Lance greased wall, corroborating the truth that Lance cheated every game and Olympian to everyone, including Charlie. And in fact, they have done so for many years. Therefore, Ben uses the tree next to the wall, although enough time to hit the bell, thus finally giving Driftwood a win for a change and proving himself to his father. Lance reprimands his son for costing their camp the entire competition, insulting him as well, being fed up with Lance's abuse, and denying being his father. Bobby B. Jr. turns against Lance by taking back and angrily kicking him, making Lance stumble backwards towards the wall supports, causing the wall to fall and collapse on top of the trophy case, smashing them instantly and subconsciously, causing Lance to break down crying, with Driftwood's victory in the bag. All of the parents who have pulled their kids from Driftwood, and even those who sent their kids to Canola originally, tell Charlie and Phil that Driftwood might be the best example for their kids after all, and request their permission to send their kids there, thus saving it from foreclosure. The movie ends with Buck and Charlie reconciling after all these years apart, and current Driftwood campers heading to get their trophy on this first Olympad. So that was pretty much the entire movie of of Daddy Day Camp. So sometime the production of this started was pretty much sometime in 2003 in August, soon after the release of Daddy Daycare. Murphy was lured into making a sequel, although he hadn't signed up for the film. So, I mean, it would have been nice if he, appeared in that movie, because Daddy Daycare was pretty good, but Daddy Day Camp was another good movie. I personally really thought it was really good. So, I guess with that being the case, with that being said, I personally really thought this was a really, really, really good movie. I personally, really thought it was amazing, well done. It definitely had a lot of what it really going for. I mean, I personally like the concept of this movie. I thought it was pretty good, just like Daddy Daycare was, because Daddy Daycare was pretty funny. This one had some comedy in it too, but I could definitely say I could understand, why a lot of people don't like this movie. And I mean, I can understand the flaws when people review this movie and point out the flaws. I honestly have to say, despite the flaws, this movie was actually quite good. It was quite funny. It was really well made. I personally really enjoyed this film. So, I guess with that being said, and that being the case, Daddy Day Camp was definitely a must-watch if you have not watched it. If you've not watched this movie, you really have to watch it because it is funny. It's a really good movie. And you personally would really enjoy this movie. If you like Daddy Daycare, you definitely have to check out Daddy Day Camp. It is just as good as the first movie, although the first movie was really awesome. So, I guess with that being said, that's pretty much all I have to really say. But if I'm missing something that I did not talk about in this video, please let me know what it is in the comments below. And anyways, what did you guys personally think of this movie? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this movie a lot better? Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, I'm going to sit here and say right now that if you want to go follow me on Twitter, link to my Twitter account will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. Also, if you're interested in following me on DeviantArt, link to my DeviantArt will be in the About page section, so that way you guys will not miss an upload, and it's where, I post art every now and then on there. So if you are interested in following me on there, you're more than welcome to follow me on there. Also, be sure to subscribe to my backup channel known as Ms. Dark Shigo, as links to that will be in the About page section as well. So you guys can go follow me on Twitter and even my backup channel and DeviantArt if you guys are interested. So that's pretty much all I have to say. But as always, if I'm missing something, please let me know what it is in the comments below, and I'll definitely check in with you guys there. So anyways, let me know what your thoughts are on this movie. If you don't like this movie, I respect your opinion. I will respect your opinion if you don't like this movie. If you like this movie, I will respect your opinion as well. To me, it was good, but not as good as Daddy Daycare. That's what my opinion is. But I still personally thought it was a really funny movie. It was really good though. So anyways, with that being said, I'm going to sit here and, exit out. So I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. Peace out. And like always, I'll see you all next time.